A thread by Soul War. President Trump is going to sting the Democrats into political oblivion on November 3rd. During last night's debate, Biden said Antifa is simply an idea and refused to disavow BLM or Antifa. He also owns the lockdowns and their impact on the economy. People claim that Trump just took Biden's abuse last night and missed many opportunities to punch back hard. What debate were they watching? Trump pummeled Biden repeatedly, defending his administration as he studied Biden carefully, but didn't go for the jugular, as many wanted. Has everyone forgotten all of Trump's previous debates versus the GOP candidates and Hillary? Trump never goes for the throat on the first outing. He sizes up and studies his opponents, divining weaknesses. Then he demolishes them. As the MSM claim, he got trounced. They claim Trump lost all 3 debates to Hillary when it's clear he won the second handily and trounced her in the third. The first was Trump assessing her. Trump's political momentum is rocketing towards the heavens as Biden's is a dead stick plummeting to earth in flames. Last night, Trump was doling out rope to slow Joe. He acted bullish but presidential, defending his presidency, allowing Biden to lash out rude and nasty. The result? Biden, the Democrats, own the riots now. They're hip-locked to the lockdowns. Andy No tweeted, Rose City Antifa is a group. Antifa Seven Hills is a group. Antifa Sacramento is a group. Atlanta Anti-Fascists is a group. Youth Liberation Front is a group. There are many, many Antifa groups. And they are violent. Soul War continues. Biden made wild accusations about Trump. Called our military dead losers, ruined Obama's fantastic economy, claimed all charges against his son Hunter are not true. Trump rattled Biden to the point he told the President of the United States to shut up. Perfect. Rope, I say. The biggest moment wasn't when Biden claimed, I am the Democrat Party. Then moments later, when asked why he hasn't called the Democrats in Oregon to try and stop the rioting, he stammered, I don't hold public office now. Damning and damaging. Yes, but not the kill shot. This was the kill shot. When President Trump stated Biden was complicit in the unprecedented coup that made a mockery of the usual smooth transition of power from one party's president to another. Listen to the song, Smooth Transition, Michael Beatty. All Biden did the entire debate was hurl baseless accusations trying to assign Trump the fallout of a pandemic and months of rioting no one sane would believe. We don't blame the president for COVID. We blame the Chinese Communist Party. We blame the lockdowns on draconian Democrats, not Trump. When our president called Biden out on that January 5th White House meeting, he was not whistling Dixie, folks. We caught them all. Take Trump at his word on that. Watch Biden's reaction. He's rattled and shaken. October will be full of surprises. Replying to Scott Adams, only here for the memes, tweeted, You missed Biden's big tell. Watch his body language when Trump says, we caught them all. Heavy breathing. Look of surprise in eyes, head moves down on mention of Obama, breathing much different than rest of debate. Soul War continues. Rope, I say. A Pied Piper was a folklore character who, after magically piping the troublesome rats out of the town of Hamelin, Germany, and drowned them in a river, was refused his agreed payment by miserly townsfolk. He then pipes their children away to their doom. Trump recently began addressing the Pied Pipers in the federal government and academia by banning critical race theory in U.S. government. Our tax dollars used to force racist, un-American indoctrination upon a captive workforce or audience. Christopher Rufo tweeted September 22nd, "Victory. The president has just signed a full executive order abolishing critical race theory from the federal government, the military, and all federal contractors. The president has effectively declared war on CRT and extended the battlefield to all of our institutions." Soul War continues. The stealth Marxists in academia and in our federal institutions and the MSM have created millions of Americans who have been led so far astray you have no chance of meaningfully communicating with them. They are lost. So, what's to be done? Write them off? A lost generation? No. President Trump is going to use their methods to Pied Piper the lost back to the fold of Americana Rising. You can't confront fanatics or lunatics without bloodshed. As we've pointed out repeatedly, guns don't scare them anymore, and they're bringing their own. So we won't. President Trump is going to reshape the American landscape underneath their frantic feet. He is going to be reelected in a landslide, a mandate that will stun the lost. Then he will end the rioting. When it morphs into terrorism, it will be immediately crushed. Prosperity will come roaring back, now unimpeded by the Democrats whose lockdowns will also end overnight, rather than risk AG Barr's wrath and legal action over their abuse of civil rights. As the lost mill about, angry, afraid, and unfocused, Trump will ignore them. That's right. Ignore them. He's not going to address them. What the fuck would he possibly say to them? He and the American people are going to begin participating in our enemies, foreign and domestic, greatest fear, Americana unleashed, as a quality of life begins, unrivaled in human history. That amazing amount of stability, safety, prosperity, and sanity will do more to win them back from their mental wildernesses than any lecture or demand he, you, or I could make of them. Oh, by the way, you are going to see proof Trump can do this before the election. Remember that sting? I watched the vile Democrats effortlessly pivot in their attacks on President Trump from one terrible amoral action to another, striking at him but hitting us. Pandemic, lockdowns, insurrection. President Trump is now going to effortlessly pivot and steal their voters in droves. The ads are coming. Trump will be merciless. The ads were already brutal, but now, after wrecking the U.S. military under Obama, forcing Trump to rebuild it, they slander him with claiming the honored dead are suckers and losers. That made Trump very mad. So, to sum up, last night Biden walked into a trap and fell headlong into it. He and the Democrats own Antifa and BLM, the rioting, lawlessness, destruction, lockdowns, Hunter's corruption. Trump didn't need to punch hard. And then there's this. Spanish-speaking viewers of Telemundo expressed their preference of who won tonight's presidential debate. 66% Trump, 34% Biden. More intel drops are coming from Trump and the DOJ. As I've said, October will be full of surprises. The Democrats are shooting blanks. Who cares about Trump's taxes? Biden has opened a very bad door for him. By claiming Antifa is simply an idea, Trump is going to charge through it. What Trump is going to hit the Democrats with in the coming days will not be blanks, but irrefutable proof of Democrat crimes and malfeasance. He will do it in such a way the mainstream media cannot bury, deflect, or minimize it. I expect millions of Democrats to abandon Biden in the next 4 weeks. It will be a sting of such magnitude, pundits will study it for years to come. I believe Trump has a landslide advantage right now, but by November it will have manifested into a Trump slide unlike anything in living memory. He's going to steal a massive chunk of their voters. We are about to be afforded an opportunity to watch the party that tried to decimate America hurtle to the earth, a dead stick, piloting term, to explode in a thunderous implosion on November 3rd as President Trump uplifts a tired, battered America into a soothing, peaceful age. So be of good cheer. Our champion has things well in hand, as the media assures us we are doomed. Their age is ending in a crashing cascade of fear and doubt. They want you there with them. Don't listen. Turn away. We have better things to do, having won the soulware. Soulware. I said soulware. I meant soul war. To support the works of Brent Cates, go to paypal.me/Brent Cates. Thank you for listening, and remember,